Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Glory Reds podcast. It's your boy, Dom Benito. And today we have got quite a few things we're going to be discussing. We are going to be talking about Antoine Semenyo. We're going to be talking about Ruben Neves. What's that? We're going to be talking about Xerxes. We are going to be talking about Kobbie and his shenanigans with his half-brother. We are also going to be talking about some very niche stuff, some Kenan Yildiz, you know what I'm saying? That Juventus star boy there. I'm excited about that. But yeah, please, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Now, Antoine Semenyo. As you guys know in the Glory Reds podcast, since the beginning of time, since the genesis, we spoke about Antoine Semenyo. I think we were the first. When that story came out, we were one of the first people to talk about Antoine Semenyo. We were like, but why did Ruben Amorim have a conversation with Antoine Semenyo? Like beginning of his tenure at Manchester United. It made no sense at all. But as time developed and as time went on, we started to realize that the gaffer actually admires Antoine Semenyo. He's an ideal kind of player for Ruben Amorim. He's two-footed, very technically gifted, powerful, can play on both flanks. He's aggressive. He is just the type of player that Ruben Amorim wants when it comes to his attacking setup. And now, ever since the Bruno Fernandes bomba, the story of Antoine Semenyo has really now grown legs and it started taking off. It's really now catching momentum. And yeah, I know I'm a little bit late, but Manchester United they're in for him one time, 100%. They're not playing around. Manchester United are in for Antoine Semenyo. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, what? What? I swear, if we get this guy, I think our attack is going to be changed forever. I think for the next 5 to 10 years, I exaggerate. If we were to get him this January, the next 3 years of Manchester United Football Club are going to be absolutely amazing. They're going to be scintillating because if you look at the attacking options that we're going to have, including Antoine Semenyo in that squad, come on. I'm even getting goosebumps, because I'm so excited about it. But Antoine Semenyo has got a release clause, which makes this thing even more tantalizing. His release clause is £65 million, not euros, pounds. And Manchester United are doing everything in their power to try and snatch this guy in January, because Man City, Pep Guardiola, is keeping an eye. And we know Man City. We know the likes of Chelsea. We know these clubs that have got financial backing. They want a player, they just go out there and do it. We have to start checking the books. We have to start checking if we're meeting the PSR rules, blah, 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 all that jazz. But these are the clubs. They don't waste time. They like a player. They want a player. If they've got the money, boom, they're going to get him. But I'm starting to think that, I think Antoine Semenyo is going to come to United. I don't know why. I just feel like that initial contact from Ruben Amorim might have done the business. And don't get me wrong, Manchester United in Africa is one of the biggest clubs ever. It has got the biggest supporting ever. If you look at some of our players, Manchester United has got a lot of African players now. I love it. We've got now Antoine Semenyo. Now, the only thing from me that I want to see from Antoine Semenyo, I want him to choose us. You understand? I don't want this situation where it's like there's this bidding war. Now, I want it like Mbeumo. Mbeumo's like, no, I want Manchester United. That is what I am expecting from Antoine Semenyo. I want him to shut down all the doors for everybody else. However, and one of the reasons also that I think we might snatch him is that Man City have changed their transfer policies. They've changed the way they're doing business in the market. They are now going for, they've stopped going for this galactic expensive players, because I mean Ryan Cherky is doing a madness at City, and they are sort of, they like that, and they're sort of trying to adopt that. So I don't know if the 65 million pounds is going to be too much for them. I don't know. And I don't know if it goes against their new transfer policies, but I am certain that Manchester United... No, I'm not certain. I lie. I'm not certain. But I would love to be certain that Manchester United are going to go in for this player. Because when I think about Bruno now, yes, the waters have calmed down. The tempest has calmed down. You know, the storm with Bruno Fernandes has calmed down. He has come out saying that, look, I want to stay. I want to continue achieving things. And it would actually be madness if we were to let Bruno Fernandes go. He's 31 years old. This guy can still play until he's 40. I'm telling you. He has got that thing in him. Like, you know, people that watch football, like, if you understand, you can see certain players that this guy is going to play until he's 40. Bruno Fernandes is going to be like, I don't want to say like Luka Modric, but in that sense, he's going to continue playing at the highest level, even after 35, even whatever, because he's just that guy. Bruno is him. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I just don't see us letting him go unless, you know, there's another lucrative offer. And I don't know. I'm confused. Bruno wants to achieve stuff with Manchester United. And with the team that we're building, it is very possible for him to achieve those things. And I don't think he would want to leave there. He wants to. He's already getting into that legendary status at Manchester United. I don't think he wants to tarnish that. I don't think he wants to let go of that. So just keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye out on that. The next player that I wanted to talk about is Ruben Neves. Y'all know Ruben Neves is in Saudi Arabia playing for Al Hilal. Now, apparently boy is keen on an EPL return. What say you about that? He's a player that Manchester United have been linked with over the years. When he was at Wolves, when we were looking for that defensive midfielder, that CDM that could do the business for us, he was someone that was always mentioned at Manchester. Why we never went for him is just another story, and only God knows. But now, boy has put everybody on alert. Boy wants to come back to the Premier League, baby. And Manchester United and Newcastle have been put on alert. Now, his transfer fee, 20 million. 20 million. I say go for him. Wait, first of all, how old is Ruben Neves? He should be maybe 28, 27, 28, 29. He's not that old. And for 20 million, I think that is value for your money, if you know what I'm saying. So I think we should go for him. I think, because with... Nah. Because we've already got the likes of Conor Gallagher, we've got the likes of Baliba, Elliot Anderson, Angelo Stella, Adam Wharton. This midfield saga is just... I'm stressed because I do not know who we're going to get. You know, when you're just sitting there and wondering which midfielder are we going to get, and you just think to yourself, Adam Wharton, Angelo Stella, Carlos Baliba. There's just so many options and you just don't know who. But I read a story that Manchester United are not playing with Carlos Baliba. They want Carlos Baliba. And I am assuming that is coming from the gaffer. The gaffer knows the players that he wants. And I think the club need to provide him with that. You know, Eric Ten Hag had veto. You know, he had a saying in the players that are coming in. Now, with this new regime taking away that power, that little ingredient that managers need to be able to make that final decision. No, don't bring that player. Bring that player. It has lost it's gone with Ruben Amorim. But the fact that Manchester United are still linked with Carlos Baliba and they want him, it makes me think that no, Ruben Amorim has realized he knows what he wants for his system. And we all know what kind of player that Carlos Baliba is. Yes, he's having a weird season with Brighton this season, but that's only because of the drama surrounding his move to Manchester. I don't blame him. You guys can call him weak mentality, what. I don't blame him. Other players have actually forced their way out of their clubs in situations like this. And where are they now? You look at Isak right now at Liverpool. If we had done something like that and he had been flopping the way, we would have been eaten alive. We would have been eaten alive. We would have been, Manchester United do not know what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. But then you look at the Carlos Baleba. I totally get the kid. And he's also another African kid that wants to come and play for Manchester United. I think he's solely focused on United. And I just have this strange feeling, if we don't go for him and he decides to remove Manchester out of his mind, he's just going to grow into this beast of a player and we're going to miss out on him. Really. Ruben Amorim is very specific on his players. You look at Antoine Semenyo. There is some ingredients about Semenyo that Ruben loves. And I believe Baleba is the same. He needs that player that is going to run for 90 minutes, back and forth, win balls in that midfield, cause all sorts of mayhem. He wants that. He wants to be able to to stop counterattacks, to be able to have a player that can, when we lose the ball, immediately tracks back. Carlos Baleba has got all those ingredients. He really wants hard workers. So I think Manchester United need to, I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I need to stop thinking. What do you guys think? Please leave your comments below. The next player that I want to talk about was Xerxes. Now, I read a story that Roma, according to Ben Jacobs, Roma have got this idea that Xerxes wants to leave Manchester. Now, the way Xerxes has been playing for us, the way he's showing up for us, the way he's apparently a good guy, a lovable guy at the club, I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe Roma is just trying to create a story here, but I just do not see it. I don't see how Xerxes wants to leave. Why does he want to leave? He's getting game time at the moment because we are having players that have gone to the AFCON and then we've got injured players. He's getting the minutes. And mind you, he was somebody that is injury prone-ish. So it's understandable that he is slowly working his way back into the club. So I don't understand the story about Roma and Xerxes. How do they know what Xerxes knows? Like what Xerxes wants? You know? I think that is nonsense. The next player that I want to talk about is all the way in Italy, Kenan Yildiz. You know, when I saw this story, I was like, this is a joke. This is a joke thing. And actually, when I saw this story, I thought to myself, wait, are we now planning for life after Bruno Fernandes? Are we planning to a life without Bruno Fernandes? Because this kid is a number 10. He is one of... He's so old school, it makes me... It brings so much joy into my heart. He is a pure 10. I think he's a lefty. He's playing for Juve. He is so good. Now, according to the stories that Manchester United are interested, and his value is 90 to 100 million euros, not pounds, euros, which I am assuming in pounds is about maybe 75 to 80, million pounds. I don't know. But Manchester United are interested in him. What do you guys think? Do you think he's somebody that can take over from Bruno Fernandes? Should Bruno Fernandes leave? Do you think it is a wild story that's just making the rounds, and all of that? I don't know. Last but not least, Kobbie Mainoo. Ah, boy. I didn't want to get into this because I didn't want people to start thinking that I am having a personal vendetta against Kobbie or some sort of thing, because I've spoken about Kobbie so much. I have defended Ruben Amorim's actions against Kobbie so much to a point I might seem like I hate Kobbie Mainoo. Mind you, I don't. He's one player that we thought is going to be generational, and I think I'm taking my words back when I say he's generational. I'm sorry. He's a good player. He's a very talented player. Generational? Question mark. And I'm saying that with my chest. If you want to leave your comment down below so we can talk about it, please do. Because his behavior is not... Anyway, so we played against Bournemouth, drew 4-4 in one of the most epic games of the season at Old Trafford. Little did we know is that his half brother, not even full, half, was wearing a shirt, free Kobbie Mainoo. Now when I saw that, I laughed and I didn't even want to entertain it. I swear I didn't. I'm like, nonsense. And I said, boy, what are you doing? Like, do you not know that we do not take kindly to such actions? We don't. And I actually thought that it was him doing it by himself. Ben Jacobs has come up with a bomber saying that no. Kobbie Mainoo actually knew about that shirt. Kobbie Mainoo actually endorsed that shirt. Now, this is where now I get brutal. Because again, and I'm saying this with my chest, there's only one player that gets a pass. And that is because of what he has done at Manchester United. And that is Bruno Fernandes. Our skipper. Our El Magnifico. Bruno. He is the only player that gets a pass. Do you understand? He's the only one. Why? Because Bruno doesn't talk too much. He lets his football talk. He lets his numbers talk. So that's why I say he gets a pass. But he can get 10 passes if he wants. I will never say anything against Bruno. I can guarantee you when Bruno leaves Manchester United, we are going to cry. We are going to reminisce and miss him for all the great things that he did for the club. To me, he's a legend of the club. And I know that might give some of you a stroke because he hasn't really won anything significant at United for him to be called a legend. But his contributions to the club, I'm sorry, in the short period of time that he has been there, does call for legendary status. Now, Kobbie Mainoo, you don't get a pass, big boy. No. And I have reached a point where, look, get rid of Kobbie Mainoo. I'm tired of this back and forth. I'm tired. If he knew about his brother doing that, that means he is still complaining. And then he's hiding behind this persona of like, nah, he's just working hard. And, you know, I would really like to see an interview by Kobbie. But nah. I don't know. No, we don't need an interview. We don't need another Marcus Rashford from Kobbie Mainoo. He's still young. He needs to humble himself. His brother doing what he didn't make the job easy for him. I don't know if Ruben Neves saw that. I don't know if... I'm still waiting to see. I can't wait to hear what the gaffer says about that. I really do. I also mentioned here what he said, that look, he has not even had that conversation with Kobbie. He's waiting for him. He's waiting for Kobbie to come to him and let's talk football. Gaffer, how can I get into the club? Gaffer, what is it that I'm doing that is stopping me from getting to this? They've not had that conversation. Ruben Amorim is open to that door, but Kobbie seems to otherwise. Now, according to Ben Jacobs, Kobbie Mainoo knew about the shirt. As a matter of fact, he endorsed it. Now, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, hey, Kobbie, why? I didn't want to entertain it because I just thought it is some nonsense. Like, really. Like, you don't do this. This shirt doesn't help his cause. It doesn't help his situation. It doesn't make Kobbie Mainoo look good. And you know what? I just saw an interview by Scott McTominay. Wow, that interview was brilliant. Because Scott McTominay answered, you know, Scott McTominay is the one that got away. You know that girlfriend of yours that you loved, but then your relationship didn't. The one that got away. Scott McTominay is that guy right now. Because he speaks with reverence, he speaks with respect. And he mentioned that, look, Manchester United, it is very easy for people to blame United for when, like, for example, a player that leaves the club and then goes out there to shine. It's very easy. In fact, that's a cop-out. He says the club provide everything you need at the club. Everything for you to shine. They gave him everything. He said it. He's like, no, it's just about the confidence. It's about you as an individual, as a player. I truly want Kobbie Mainoo to suck it up and take it on the chin, because look at Luke Shaw. Look at Luke Shaw. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Yo, people are not going to give Jose Mourinho credit for this. But Jose Mourinho shaped Luke Shaw to the man that he is right now. You want to argue with me? Leave it down in the comments, please. Let's discuss it. Jose Mourinho molded Luke Shaw. Remember when Jose Mourinho was like, I had to instruct him on how to play. That Luke Shaw, when he's fit, he's in the top 3 or top 5 best left backs in the world. When fit. When he has already got that game time. That's what I'm saying. The same treatment that Jose Mourinho gave Luke Shaw, I'm kind of seeing it with Kobbie Mainoo and Ruben Amorim. And I guess maybe it's Gen Z or this new kids in the whatever. They just want to complain. You know, they just want to, I want to play. Kobbie's 20, for crying out loud. Like, what? You've got another 10 years of football to play. Like, what are you complaining about? Because of the World Cup? Come on. The World Cup, which, by the way, I said, if he goes and he plays, because Kobbie, first of all, you want to go to the World Cup. Have you seen the midfield of England? Like, how are you going to break into that team this season? Like, how? I know you've got limited time, but your football doesn't reflect how you're going to be picked for that. I don't see it. Now, say he did get picked and he went and he played like he did in the Euros. He was going to come back injured. You know, he's going to come back with stuff. And then we're going to have to nurse him. And then let him come back again. No. I say, bro, skip this World Cup, bro. It is holiday for you. Extra holiday. Skip the World Cup. Work on your game. Work on your fitness. Work on this thing that Ruben Amorim is talking about. The pace. The running back and forth. Like, work on it. Be the best version of yourself, but quietly. Take a page out of Papa David Beckham's book. When he was shunned and benched, what did he do? Every single day, just put his head down, working hard, by himself. Working hard, working hard, working hard, working hard, working hard. No complaints, no nothing. You just work hard. Work on your game. When you get the opportunity, you seize it, you play. Because the opportunities will come. Luck is when opportunity meets, when preparation meets opportunity. You want to be not prepared. You want to be put in the side and then you are there, not prepared, not fully there. I back the gaffer with the treatment that he's giving Kobbie. And I've already, guys, you guys know. I don't know what you guys think, because you know some of you are not leaving the comments in the section. Please, let's comment. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Kobbie Mainoo is being treated unfairly? Do you guys think that he should suck it up? Because I'm in that camp. I'm in that camp of Kobbie, suck it up. You're not a big boy. You're still a small boy. Like you're a child. You are a child. This thing of wanting to leave and wanting going to play, cool. And it's like what Scott McTominay said. It's a cop-out for people to say that, to blame the club for the way they are behaving. The club gives you everything. It is up to you as an individual to rise above. The biggest example is our grandfather Casemiro. Grandfather Casemiro is the biggest. I don't know why Kobbie's not. He's there with the legend. Why is he not? I don't understand. Casemiro was behind Toby Collier. Please let that sink in for a second. Toby Collier. Where's Toby Collier? I think he's come back because of an injury, but he was sent out on loan. Casemiro was behind that child. He was behind everybody. What did he do? What did he do? Oh, people are gonna blame. Nah, these are different eras. Nah, you've got the example right there in Casemiro. Your example is there. Use it. Look up to him. Take notes. I'm sorry. I am done with the Kobbie saga. If Kobbie wants to leave, let him leave. He's now getting into that Garnacho stratosphere. You know, these Sanchos, these kids that just want to be difficult for no reason. I could be wrong. And I know some of you are going to be like, Ben, that is a little bit harsh. Yo, I told you. There are just very few players that are getting a pass. In fact, there's only one. And that is Bruno. And we can go back and forth about why and what. But he's the only one that gets a pass. Everybody else needs to fall in line. Fall in line. Fall in line. Fall in line, big boy. I'm disappointed in Kobbie Mainoo. I'm disappointed in the way he's handling this thing. I'm disappointed in his family. It just shows that they are... I get it. But if, let's say, I was in Kobbie Mainoo's situation, and then... Now, the thing is, he endorsed it. Say his brother just went there and did it, because that's what I thought. And my first thought to myself was like, hey, Kobbie needs to go and have a word with his cousin or his brother. Now, if my family, let's say my sister or my little brother did something like that, I would eat their head. I would chew it up. I would say, are you stupid? What are you doing? Are you trying to get me fired? Are you trying to get me benched for life? What are you doing? I would be so upset with my family members. So upset. I don't care. My pops, my mom, I would be upset. Because I know that action alone is disrespecting the man in charge. And the man in charge is the one that picks the starting 11. And if that man does not like my behavior and decides to bench me until further notice, how am I going to develop? How am I going to get that spot? How am I going to win my way back into the national team if I'm not playing? Do you see the balance? So Kobbie Mainoo, I'm sorry, bro. Now that I know that you endorsed that stupid antic by your half brother, bro, you need to go. It's time for you to go. Like, for real. You are now becoming a burden to the club. You're becoming more stressed. But Manchester United are not going to push. They are still going to keep him because they feel like he's got value. Manchester United will only consider if they receive an exceptional offer. And by that, I'm assuming they want anything above 50. I say 50 because for some reason, Manchester United players, when we are selling them, they're always cheap. But other players, they are expensive. I don't know why. So I'm just going to say 50 and above, maybe 60 to be safe. They do not want to sell him. They don't. They would rather keep him and just, which I agree. Because there's a talent there. There's a kid there that has got a bright future. It's just that he's just being annoying with his antics. And they're also reluctant for him to go out on loan. They do not want him to go out on loan. You look right now, we've already lost players to the AFCON. Kobbie Mainoo played in that 4-4. He came on for Casemiro. What makes him think he's going to be dropped now? I don't understand. If I see Ugarte getting in before Kobbie Mainoo, then I don't know. I don't know. Because for me, Ugarte is written off. Is he even a United player, by the way? Ugarte. I don't know. So now when I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, Kobbie, the opportunity is there. You are going to get minutes. You are going to get the opportunity to play. Bruno Fernandes is going to get into that 10 position. There's going to be a vacancy in that midfield. Should Ruben Amorim stick with his 4-3-4-3, there's plenty of options. There's plenty of room for him to play. So, for me, I have made up my mind. I don't know what Pastor D is going to think about this. Maybe it's going to start another world war between us. But for me, I am done with Kobbie Mainoo. I don't like these antics. I don't. And I do not endorse them. He's not bigger than the club. He's a child. If he wants to go out there and shine, well and good. And the thing is, he will. He will. When he goes maybe to Italy in a slower league, he will look like prime Zidane. He will. If he goes to another club, I don't know, maybe that breath of fresh air, I don't know. Maybe the spotlight. There's something about United. United needs special players. It does. And if you can't deal with the heat, if you cannot deal with the spotlight at Manchester, if you cannot deal with this badge, this one, you might as well adios. So I've said it. I'm okay with Kobbie Mainoo going. I don't want him to go like that, because I love the kid, man. He's a great talent. But at the same time, I don't want drama in my club. I don't want us to be constantly on the tabloids for the wrong reasons, because that causes a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It causes a lot of disruption to the team, because there's this story, then there's this story, this guy's like this, it causes all sorts of things. So tell me, guys, what you guys think. Do you guys think that Kobbie should stay, or is it time for us to part ways? Is it like a Garnacho situation? Yildiz, Neves, Semenyo, what say you about those stories? Please don't forget to put it and the ding. Peace.